The first time she said my name, it sounded like a secret. Soft, careful, as if she was testing whether I'd noticed the tremor beneath her voice. Tonight, she says it again, only quieter. Eli, she murmurs, not quite looking at me. The sound of it folds into the low hum of the cafe's refrigerator. It's nearly closing time, and the place is half shadow now. Chairs stacked on tables, one dim lamp left glowing over the counter where she stands. The air smells faintly of ground coffee and rain-soaked asphalt drifting through the door I forgot to lock. I shouldn't still be here. She shouldn't still be talking to me. But she doesn't ask me to leave. Instead, she wipes the same spot on the counter for too long, her sleeve sliding down just enough for the veins on her wrist to catch the light. I can't stop watching the small, steady pulse there. She's older than me, by 20 years, maybe more, but the years sit beautifully on her. They've made her still, self-contained. The kind of calm you don't earn until you've already lost a few things. I don't know what she's lost. I just know she looks like someone who has. You shouldn't keep coming back, she says finally, setting the cloth aside. I almost laugh, but I don't. Her tone isn't teasing, it's a warning. A gentle one. I like the coffee, I say. That's not true. Her eyes lift, gray, unreadable. I don't answer. The silence between us stretches, elastic. She doesn't break it. She turns slightly, reaches for a cup behind her. Her fingers brush mine when she hands it over. It's not deliberate, or maybe it is. The contact lasts a breath longer than necessary. My pulse jumps. She notices. I can tell by the way she exhales, almost too quietly. There's no music now, just the rhythm of small things, the scrape of ceramic on wood, the clock's faint tick, the hush of rain easing outside. You know I don't do this, she says. Her voice is low. Do what? Talk. Like this. With people I barely know. You know me, Al? Little. She smiles. Not fully. Just enough to make me wish she hadn't. You're 25. You think that's enough to understand anything? I don't answer. She looks at me too long, then looks away. The lamplight glances off her cheekbone. She's beautiful in a way that feels like standing too close to something dangerous. Not because she could hurt me, but because she already has. I reach for my cup. It's cold. I don't drink. She leans back against the counter, arms crossed. You come here after work, sit in the same spot, say almost nothing. I should start charging you rent for that seat. Maybe I like the view. Her brow arches slightly. She knows what I mean. Doesn't acknowledge it. Instead, she wipes her palms on her apron and turns toward the back door. It's late. I stand, but neither of us moves first. The space between us feels too small now. She exhales, half a sigh, half a surrender, and then, softer than before, why are you here again, Eli? Her question lands somewhere I can't reach. I open my mouth, but the words don't come. The air shifts, something behind us creaks. A man's voice calls from the hallway, casual, unfamiliar. Marian, are you still here? She still goes. Her hand, resting on the counter, tightens, just slightly, before she turns toward the sound. And I realize I've stayed too long again. The next evening, I told myself I wouldn't go. I stood at my apartment window long after sunset, the city smeared in orange and gray, thinking of her voice when she said my name, how it carried both warning and warmth. I told myself it didn't matter. I'd only been a customer, a familiar face. Nothing more. But my feet didn't listen. When I pushed the cafe door open, the bell above it doesn't ring. She's taken it down. The place is nearly empty again, the same soft lamplight spilling across the tables. She looks up, startled, though only for a second. I thought you weren't coming anymore, Marian says, her tone steady but her hand pausing. Mid-motion above a cup of tea. I told myself the same thing, I replied. She studies me, then gestures toward the counter. You're consistent, at least. The corner of my mouth lifts. Habits can be dangerous. Especially this one, she murmurs. I sit. She doesn't pour me coffee this time, only stands across from me, wiping her palms with a towel that doesn't need wiping. There's something in the way she watches me, a quiet knowing. Later, when she closes up, I stay to help stack chairs. She doesn't ask, doesn't stop me either. The air feels thicker tonight, warmer. Does he work here often? I ask before I can stop myself. Who? The man from last night. Her movement still, just for a second. Then she says, no, he's a friend. Old friend. The kind of answer that ends a conversation. But the silence after it says otherwise. When she reaches past me to pull the blinds, her sleeve brushes against my arm. It's nothing, a whisper of contact, but it lands like static under my skin. I smell her perfume, faint, like something citrus and faded. She notices. Her breath hitches. "Eli," she says quietly, as if warning me again, though her hand doesn't move away fast enough. "I know," I say, though I don't know what I'm agreeing to. When we finally step outside, the rain has stopped. The air hums with that after-storm stillness, a soft, silver quiet. She leans against the brick wall, folds her arms. "You should be with people your age. Out somewhere loud. Not here. I don't like loud music. You're 25. Does that cancel out wanting to be near you?" Her eyes flick up, sharp. "You don't even know me. I know the way you stay late to avoid going home." That stops her. She looks at me, something raw and unguarded passing through her expression before she turns away. Don't mistake loneliness for invitation. The streetlight cuts across her face, half shadow, half light. She looks tired, beautiful, untouchable. I step closer, close enough that her breath grazes my jaw when she exhales. Neither of us moves. The night feels suspended, fragile. Her hand rises halfway. Maybe to push me back, maybe not. But it lingers just short of my chest. "Go home, Eli," she whispers. I nod, but I don't move. And when her fingers finally touch the edge of my sleeve, just a trace, nothing more, it's enough to undo every promise I made to stay away. The next Friday, I found her at the back of the café, sleeves rolled, hair tied up, a pencil tucked behind her ear. She's bent over the counter, reviewing receipts under the small halo of a desk lamp. She doesn't hear me right away. I stand in the doorway, watching the light trace her neck, the soft line of her collarbone. My chest tightens in that quiet, dangerous way again. "Eli." She says my name without turning. Somehow, she always knows when I'm there. "I thought you'd close early tonight," I say, stepping closer. "I tried, but the books don't balance." She glances up, a tired smile. "You shouldn't make a habit of rescuing me from my own bad math." "I don't mind. Maybe you should." Her tone is teasing, but her fingers tremble when she sets the pencil down. The movement catches the light. Small, quick, human. We fall into silence as I help her pack boxes of old menus. Our hands brush once, then again. Neither of us pulls away fast enough. The radio hums low in the background, something old and slow. The air smells faintly of paper and cinnamon. She says quietly, "People talk, you know." "I don't care." "You should." "Do you?" Her eyes meet mine. "Of course I do." She steps back slightly, creating a space between us that feels like punishment. The air between us is thin, fragile, every breath too loud. Then her phone vibrates on the counter. The name flashing on the screen freezes her. "David." She silences it without answering, face unreadable. "Is that?" She cuts me off, voice low. "It's nothing. It's old. Don't ask." Something shifts then, a crack in her practiced L. "Calm." She leans against the wall, closes her eyes. "You make me forget how old I am, Eli. That's the problem. You say it like it's wrong." "It is." She opens her eyes, steps closer. "You're supposed to want someone who hasn't already lived half her life." "I want you." Her breath catches. It's the first time either of us says it out loud, and the words hang there, unsteady, electric. She reaches out, fingers brushing the side of my face, a hesitant touch that feels both like surrender and apology. "I shouldn't," she whispers. "You already are." Her eyes flick down, then up, the kind of glance that could turn into a kiss if either of us moved a fraction closer. But neither does. The air feels heavy, like it's waiting for permission. The door creaks open. A woman's voice calls from the front. "Marian? Are you still here?" The delivery truck's early. Marian's hand snaps back. Her body stiffens. I step away, heartbeat loud in my ears. She exhales shakily, smoothing her apron, composing herself in a single breath. When the other woman leaves, silence returns. We face each other again, closer than before, though we shouldn't be. Her voice trembles, barely there. "If I don't stop this now." I don't let her finish. "I won't." She doesn't answer, only looks at me, eyes wide, lips parted, and for a moment, the world shrinks to the inch of air still separating us. Then she steps back, breath unsteady, as if the smallest move might undo us both. The cafe is dark tonight. The storm outside beats against the windows, loud enough to drown out the hum of the old fridge. She didn't open for customers. I can tell by the chairs still stacked, the closed sign half hanging on the door. She's sitting at the counter, wine glass in hand, shoes off, hair loose, softer, messier than I've ever seen it. The kind of undone that only happens when you stop pretending for the day. When she looks up, she doesn't seem surprised to see me. "I thought you'd stop trying," she says. "I did," I replied. "It didn't work." A faint smile ghosts across her lips. "You're too young to understand how many ways that sentence can ruin someone." I step closer, dripping from the rain. "Then teach me." Something flickers in her eyes. Not amusement this time, but fear. Or maybe recognition. She pours another glass, slides it toward me. The bottle's already half empty. "One drink," she says. "Then you go home." I never do. She laughs softly, shaking her head, but doesn't pull the glass back. I take a sip. The wine is dry, sharp, laced with the scent of her perfume still hanging in the air. "How long are you going to keep pretending this doesn't mean anything?" I ask. Her eyes lift slowly, the calm in them cracking. "Don't do that." "Do what?" "Make it sound like a choice." She stands abruptly, walks past me toward the window. Her reflection glimmers faintly in the glass. Her arms folded, chin lifted. "You don't know what this costs me." I move closer, my voice low. "Then tell me." For a moment, she doesn't. Just the sound of the rain and our breathing. Then she turns, too quickly, and her hand lands against my chest. Not to push me away, but to steady herself. "I had someone once," she says. "He left when I was 38. Said I made him feel small. I learned to make myself quieter after that." Her voice breaks at the edges. I reach up, brush a loose strand of hair from her cheek. She doesn't flinch. My thumb lingers near her jaw, tracing the line of it. "You don't have to be quiet with me." Her eyes close. That's exactly why I should be. The air between us hums. She's so close I can feel the warmth of her skin, the rise and fall of her breathing. "You shouldn't look at me like that," she whispers. "Like what?" "Like you're about to." I don't let her finish. I lean in, not touching her, just close enough for my breath to find hers. The storm outside crashes like an answer neither of us wanted. Her lips part, just barely, and her fingers curl into my shirt. The world narrows to that single point of contact, the space where everything we've tried to deny waits, trembling. And then, a sharp knock shatters it. Her head jerks toward the door. "Marian." A man's voice, the same one from before, cuts through the rain. I feel her hand fall away. Everything stills. She whispers, barely audible, "You have to go." But her eyes don't move from mine. Neither do I. It's been 3 days since the knock on her door. 3 days since her voice cracked when she told me to leave. I told myself I wouldn't come back. I almost believed it. But tonight, when I see the light still on inside the cafe after closing, I'm there before I can think twice. She's on the phone when I walk in, her back turned, voice low, urgent. "I told him it's over," she says. "No, David, you don't get to." She stops mid-sentence, realizing I'm there. Her breath catches. Slowly, she ends the call, sets the phone down face first on the counter. For a moment, neither of us speaks. "Eavesdropping now," she says finally, voice thin. "I didn't mean to." "You always mean to." The words sting more than they should. She doesn't meet my eyes. She's pretending to tidy something that doesn't exist. Napkins already folded, cups already stacked. "Who's David?" I ask, quieter than I intend. Her shoulders tense. "Someone who doesn't matter anymore." That didn't sound like "doesn't matter." She turns, eyes sharp. "You shouldn't have heard that. I didn't need to hear it to know it hurts you." That lands somewhere too close. Her throat tightens, and for a second I think she'll cry, but she doesn't. She just exhales, slow, controlled, like someone holding a door closed against a storm. "I lied," she says at last, so softly I almost miss it. "About what?" "About why I stay late." Her fingers trace the edge of the counter, avoiding my gaze. It's not the books or the quiet. It's waiting for something that doesn't have a name yet. The admission sits between us like a heartbeat. "You don't have to wait alone," I say. "That's not fair." "I know." Her eyes lift thin, and the calm she hides behind fractures completely. "You make it so hard to breathe around you, Eli." She takes a step toward me, then another. Her perfume finds me first, faintly citrus, faintly warm. "Then don't hold your breath," I whisper. Her laugh trembles. "You don't understand. That call. He's my ex-husband. He still owns this building. The floor tilts under the weight of it. So if he finds out, he'll ruin me, she finishes. Everything I've rebuilt. We stand there, both too close and too far. She's trembling now, not from fear, but something heavier. I reach for her hand. Not to pull, just to feel the truth of it. She doesn't pull away this time. Her fingers tighten around mine, her voice a whisper against the dark. Tell me this isn't just curiosity. It's not. Then what is it? I step closer, until her forehead rests against my chest. You already know. Her hands rise, gripping the fabric of my shirt, breathing uneven. For a moment, it feels inevitable, that we'll give in, that this quiet will finally break. But then she moves first, stepping back, eyes glistening. Don't make me choose between what I want and what I can survive, she says. I almost answer. Almost. But the words die somewhere between us, where her scent still lingers, and my hands still ache from letting go that it's the last night before the café closes for renovation. Her words, not mine. She said she needed time to rethink things, though I know what she really meant. Distance. The sign on the door says closed, but I find it unlocked anyway. She's there, of course, packing away old cups and ledgers, sleeves rolled, hair half-pinned, the same quiet rhythm I've memorized. When she looks up and sees me, her breath catches. You shouldn't be here. I know. You came anyway. Yeah. We stare at each other across the counter. There's no music this time, just the hum of the refrigerator, the clock ticking far too loud. She exhales and sets the box aside. Eli, this can't. I'm not asking for forever. I interrupt. Just right now. Her jaw tightens, and she looks away, out the window, into the storm-smeared streetlights. Right now is how people ruin things. Or fix them. She almost smiles, but her eyes are wet. When I move around the counter, she doesn't stop me. We stand so close that her shoulder brushes my chest when she turns slightly. The smell of coffee, rain, and her, that faint citrus warmth that's been haunting me for weeks, fills the air between us. You think this is just about attraction, she whispers. It's not. It's about time, she says, voice unsteady. Yours is still stretching ahead of you. Mine's already fading. Then let me be part of what's left. Her head lifts. The tears are gone now, replaced by something fiercer. You don't know what you're saying. I do. I take her hand, press it against my chest. This is what I've been saying since the first time you said my name. Her lips part, just barely. Her fingers tremble where they touch me. You make me forget what I swore I wouldn't feel again. Then forget, I whisper. The words land between us like a fuse being lit. She steps closer, until the space between us disappears, until every breath we take feels borrowed. Her hand rises, brushes rain from my hair. My thumb grazes her cheek in return. The world outside blurs, time slows. She tilts her face up. The distance between our mouths is no more than a thought. But then she stops, frozen halfway there, her voice breaking against the quiet. If I do this, I won't be able to go back. I look at her, really look. The fear, the longing, the life she's tried to protect. Maybe that's the point. For a heartbeat, she almost believes me. I feel it in the way her breath falters, in the way her hand curls against my chest. Then she pulls away, slowly, deliberately, as if every inch costs her something. Her voice is soft, but certain. You deserve someone who's still learning how to begin, not someone trying to unlearn how to end. I want to argue, but the look in her eyes stops me. It's not rejection, it's recognition. Understanding. I nod. Once. Then at least don't close the door tonight. She doesn't. When I leave, the bell above it stays silent, but I feel her gaze follow me all the way out into the rain, where love and regret finally become the same thing. Weeks pass before I see her again. The cafe's windows are covered in brown paper, a sign taped crookedly to the glass. Under renovation, reopening soon. I walk by every evening, pretending I'm just passing through, though I always slow at the corner. The rain comes and goes. The city keeps moving, but I can't shake the sound of her voice that night. You deserve someone who's still learning how to begin. Maybe she was right. Maybe she wasn't. But the truth is, I never stop thinking about her. When the doors finally open again, the place looks the same. New paint, new chairs, same soft light. She's behind the counter, rearranging pastries, focused, calm. She looks up. For a second, It's like we're both pretending this is the first time all over again. Coffee, she asks, voice steady but too quiet. Please. When she pours it, her hand hesitates just enough for me to notice. I smile without meaning to. She catches it and almost laughs. You look different, she says. Older, wiser, maybe both. Still 25. Still too young, she teases, but the warmth behind her words softens the edge. We talk while she closes up. Not about us, not directly, just about ordinary things. Her new pastry supplier, my work, the weather. Each sentence is another step toward the thing neither of us names. When she turns to wipe the counter, her hand brushes mine. It's unintentional, maybe. She doesn't pull away this time. Marian, I say quietly. She looks up. I didn't come here to start over. I know. I came because I missed the way this place felt when you were in it. Her breath catches, and something in her face, that old guardedness, begins to fade. You make everything sound like a promise, she says. Maybe it is. She doesn't answer, but her hand finds mine, deliberate, slow. Our fingers tangle together like they've been waiting. Outside, the rain starts again. She steps closer, resting her head lightly against my shoulder. The lights are dim now. The cafe hums with quiet. I used to think wanting someone at the wrong time meant it had to end, she murmurs. And now, she looks up at me, eyes tired but peaceful. Now I think maybe the timing doesn't matter as much as the trying. I reach out, brush a strand of hair from her face. The same gesture that almost undid us once. This time, she didn't stop me. We stand there in silence, her hand still in mine, the smell of coffee and rain wrapping around us. No grand confession, no promises, just the small, steady truth of being seen. When I finally lean down, I kiss her forehead, gentle, certain. She closes her eyes, and for the first time, neither of us pulls away. Later, as we lock up together, she looks at me with a faint, knowing smile. Tomorrow, she asks. Tomorrow, I say, and for once, it feels like enough. Hot beverage thought balloon. Did you enjoy the story? What kind of stories would you like to hear next?